Right then, good evening people, how are we doing? I am just going to wait to see that we are all okay and live quality wise. Hopefully we don't have any issues, touch wood. It's the first live stream in quite some time, so I'm hoping it all goes swimmingly, but I'm hoping that these live streams are going to make a frequent return, and we're going to be doing one or two a week, but over the past few weeks, I simply just haven't found the time. I've got the stream up on my phone, so I'm just trying to make sure that we've got it all okay. Looks okay to me, so that's fine. So we can get going. So, as the title and the thumbnail says, I am going to be ranking every single English Football League ground that I have been to. I've been to 34 grounds out of the 92 so far. There's news of more coming, which you boys will find out on the Twitter. I'm very, very excited about it, actually. I'm missing a Cheltenham game. I've never thought I'd be excited about that, but there's some serious news coming. Keep an eye out this weekend. It's going to be quality. But enough said. We're going to get into the rankings shortly. Toby, welcome in. How are we doing? George, welcome in. Zolt, welcome in. Lopez, welcome in. How are we doing? Plymouth Argyle. I'm happy for Callum Wright, but I also want to cry. Anyway, enough of the waffle. So let's go and show you the tier list. Let me just make sure I've got it loaded up. Yes, I do. Okay. Hopefully this transition goes okay. Right. Okay. So this is what the tier list is. It's 5 tiers as always. Top class, decent, average, not great, absolute pit. We've got 34 teams to rank, which is quite a bit. And it'll take us about an hour. We'll talk about a bit about each team, etc. As we go. But, yeah. Feel free to also, when I'm going through the teams, feel free to comment your thoughts on their ground. When I say their ground, it is also going to be a bit based on all the things considered. So, atmosphere, food, location, etc. So it's not really just the ground itself. It's a bit broader than that, but it was just easier to say ground. Missed welcome and how we doing? Come on, you Spurs, says Zolt. Is that one you talk about on Twitter? Yes. Hello, Tommy Bolton Wanderers reviews. Hello, Will, how are we doing? Right, you know what? Enough of the waffle. Let's get straight into it. So, Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley is one of those because it used to be a lot worse. The Crown Ground, of course. It used to be a lot worse than it is. I think Accrington is a town of two halves. There's one half that is actually very quiet. It's quite picturesque actually, but there's not really much there on that side. This season I've been twice, and I've gone on the club coach on both occasions. And the one time we went from the one side of Accrington, and the second time we went the other. The second time was a lot more rural and quiet. The first time was a lot more industrial, and there was a bit more to it. It's not in the greatest of places, but I wouldn't say it's a shithole. I would say there's enough outside the ground for it to be doable. I quite like it as an away day, actually. But the ground isn't great. The food is okay, but there's only 3 types of pie, and that's it. And the time we went this season, the sewage on the day, there must have been a problem with it, because it absolutely honked for the full 90 minutes. So, yeah. Accrington Stanley. I think the fact that there's no roof to the terrace either, and because it's very small, the atmosphere isn't great. Am I going to be harsh? I think I'm going to have to. Or am I? I don't think. I think the location's okay. I'm going to put it in not great. I'm going to be nice. I think some people would probably put it in pit, but I think it's not quite there. It's not quite there. I think if they put a roof on the terrace, getting some more food options, I think it takes it up a ranking or two. Accrington would be not great in my opinion. Not great is my opinion. Not great for me. There we go then, we're all on the same page. Next up is Birmingham City. Of course, I did a ground top Birmingham City against Middlesbrough the other day. After this live, please feel free to go and watch that vlog. I'm actually very pleased with how it came out. To be fair, all of the recent ground tops, I think the vlogs have come out pretty well. We've had a lot of positive comments, so they must have. But feel free to go and watch that. That one's actually doing very well. I think it's getting towards 9,000 views now, and a lot of likes as well, so it's good to see the love. But Bristol City, now it's a tough one because I think it's not far from Birmingham City Centre. It's walking distance, but around the ground itself, I'll be honest, there isn't loads. To say it's fairly central, but not quite. There's not loads around the ground. I think the one thing I'd say is we were in the main stand, and I think that was my mistake, is that originally that was going to be me and 4 of my mates going, so I had to get 5 seats together. That was the only place I could get 5 in a row together, the main stand. And I wish I didn't go in the main stand now, because it's the oldest out of the 3. The 3 others are all modern. I think they would have been a lot better, and my experience would have been a lot better. But that main stand, it's too old. There's a lot of, there's, I think, 4 pillars in the whole stand, so that there's viewing obstruction, there's overhanging gantries or whatever. So that takes it down a bit. The concourse is poor in the main stand. But having said that, transport is easy. The stewards, I must admit, weren't very helpful. I'm going to be honest, I think it's really tough. It's really tough when I've only seen... I've only been in one of the stands, and it's the odd one out. So, to not, offend anyone or go wrong anywhere, I'm going to go average. Get your thoughts in the chat for that one, if you've been. Ethan, welcome in. How are we doing? Swansea till I die, and 9 are joining us in the chat. How are we doing? Haven't been to Birmingham City, but it looks decent. Yeah, the 3 other stands do look very decent, to be fair. What do you think about fans? Swansea. Very good, actually. Very good fans. I'd say they hasn't got good food, good ground. Birmingham's decent. And it's in Birmingham. I think I could probably put it in decent, but I just think because I haven't... I probably will go back to Birmingham City because I want to see more of the ground. I didn't get to see enough of the ground to have a valid opinion on it. But I mean, I've ticked it off the 92, so that's my main thing. Next up then, Bolton Wanderers. I had a terrible experience there last season. It was bitterly cold. I didn't wear enough layers. I took my flag and they almost took it off me. For those that don't know, so football grounds have every right to check your flag for a fire safety certificate if it is under 6 by 4 feet. So it has to be a certain size for it to need a fire safety, or for you to hang it up, should I say. And long story short, mine is a 5 by 3, right? And I had a fire safety certificate on my phone anyway, but it wasn't sewn to the flag because 1, the company I got it from doesn't do that. But 2, it was a 5 by 3, so I didn't think I'd need it. Anyway, so they said, yeah, you need a fire safety certificate. I was like, well, I got a copy of it on my phone, but I don't know where it is on my phone. It's saved somewhere. And they said, well, we don't know if we can let you in with that. I said, it's a 5 by 3 legally. I'm allowed in with it. You can tell me whether I can't hang it up or not. That's fine. That's your rules. But at the end of the day, the law is the law. They let me in with it after a bit of convincing. And then there's another steward that comes over to me and says, has he told you about the flag? I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, no. Has he told you where you can put it? And I'm like, oh, no. He goes, okay, just don't put it anywhere that isn't over advertising boards. So I hang it over a pole where there isn't advertising boards. And he goes, oh, yeah, you can't hang it there. I'm like, I've just been told that I can't hang it over advertising boards. They tried to take the flag off me, which is up on my wall now. And since then, I haven't taken the flag anywhere because I run the risk of getting it nicked. So, yeah. And believe it or not, actually, some of our fans' flags did get nicked. They got taken away by the Bolton stewards. Said, "Oh, we keep it aside for you until the end of the game, just so you don't hang it up anywhere." And then come the end of the game, they'd lost it. So there you go. Well done, Bolton. That's a mark down, because that is the worst stewards I've ever come across. I think it's a decent ground. It's a good concourse. It's a decent location. Only thing is, train station is a long way away. But that's only one thing. I think, there's decent amount around the ground, decent away end, decent concourse, decent food. But the reason I'm not going to put it in decent is just because of those bloody stewards. I could not believe it, honestly. And at the time, like, how old was I? So it was, I want to say it was like early December time. So I just turned 16, right? And they're practically picking a fight with me because I've got a flag. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I honestly, I was tempted to not go to Bolton ever again after that. But I'm going this year. Well, should be. So there we go. Let's catch up with the chat then. Bolton playing Argyle on Saturday. Fair enough. I didn't see the main stand. Right, I see. I assume that's for Birmingham City as well. Can Swansea please give us a Whittaker back? Bolton taking in the Lou office. Maybe. Yeah, they probably will. Bolton is a decent ground. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. But I put it up. Anyway, I just thought. Yeah, I'm being serious. What? Their stadium is just too big for them. Bolton's this round, however, it's Bolton. Yeah, it's Bolton, isn't it? But I just think I can't. When I'm a 16-year-old lad, right, and I'm within the law to at least take my flag into the ground. They can tell me where to hang it up. That's fine, but you can't tell me one place is fine, and then when I hang it up there, it's not, and then try to take it off me. That's just wrong. Anyway, moving on, because I will just keep ranting about it. We have to get through 31 more teams. So Bristol City, and you know what? I absolutely loved Bristol City. Ashton Gate is an unbelievable ground, and I like traditional grounds. I'm not gonna lie. I normally prefer traditional grounds, but it's a very modern ground, but great food, great concourse. Great modern ground, helpful stewards, great fan zone outside the ground, decent location. I've seen better locations, I'll be honest, because there's not loads nearby, but I think the fan zone and everything makes up for it. I would almost be tempted to put it in top class, but the atmosphere on the day wasn't great. And I'll be perfectly honest, I think it's probably not the greatest of assessments. If I'd have gone to, Bristol City against Cardiff or Bristol City against Swansea, the place is going to be bloody rocking. I went to Bristol City against Stoke. It's not exactly the pinnacle of their championship campaign. But that was a downside. Am I going to put it in top class? Actually, wait, let me Google something that makes me decide it, because I went by car. So let me check something. Let me check something. So 15-minute walk. Okay. So I've basically looked at where the nearest train station is. I think the ground was so good. I'm gonna put it top class. I think it's a really, really good ground. It's really on the edge of top class. It should really be in decent. But no, you know what? I'm gonna put it in decent. I'm gonna put it out there because I think there's grounds on this list that are gonna be in top class, and Bristol City is not in that. So, yeah. We'll say decent. Burton Albion. Now, of course, by the way, I'm not gonna put like Burton bottom just because it's small. I'm gonna basically rank it on like, so for example, like, I don't know, Sheffield Wednesday, or like, I don't know. So let's say like Aston Villa. I'm not gonna rank it above Bristol City just because it's a bigger stadium, if that makes sense. Like the size doesn't really matter. Size doesn't matter. There you go. But quote of the day from me there. Anyway, enough of the waffle. You get my point. Burton Albion. Now, it's about a 15-minute walk from the train station. There's a couple pubs around the ground. I know there's a Greg's just down the road. There's a McDonald's just down the road. My one thing is, and I know people say standing at football is how it should be. I agree. I love standing at football. Standing up at football games. I struggle to sit down through 90 minutes of football, to be honest. But my one pet peeve with Bolton Albion is they've only got one seated stand. The rest is terracing, and I think, for me, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking at it in a grand scheme of it, for the whole spectrum of fans, age ranges, whatever, a lot of fans aren't going to be able to stand up, and it is an issue, I think, having 3 terraces, and that's my only problem with Burton, is that I think they do need more seating. And again, I think it's fine personally, but like it is a problem in general, I think, for a lot of people, and I recognise that. The atmosphere is flatter than a pancake, to be perfectly honest. Apparently it's improved. Apparently it's improved since we went. But on the day we played them, it was absolutely abysmal. I have never, and there's no disrespect to the fans, because our away support was crap as well. But honestly, I have never heard a quieter stadium. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. The food was good. The location's good. The ground's decent. I'm going to put it in average. And the only reason I'm going to put it in average, right, is because of a memory I've got from last season. So Callum Wright scores to make it 1-0 up, and I'm celebrating, and everyone rushes over to the corner flag to celebrate with the players. And I get knocked by someone, and at the same time as I've been knocked, I was stepping down one of the steps. So I was completely off balance. So someone knocks me as they're running, and I spin around, and I fall down another step, and I land on the edge of the next step, concrete step, on my ass. So that was a painful one for the next few days, and it's making my eyes water thinking of the pain now. So that's the only reason. If it was seated, that wouldn't have happened. But that's just being picky. That's just being picky. Right, Cambridge United. It's just, you need to take your bloody binoculars just to see the pitch from the away end, is my only problem with Cambridge. I think, honestly, I think Cambridge is decent. I think it's a solid ground. It's quite old. It's quite traditional. I think. Is the stream okay? Yep, okay, my PC just made a weird noise. Apologies. I think it's the food was good, but the stewards are a bit over the top. The fans aren't the greatest I've seen, I'll be honest. I think it's a decent area, but I just think you can't have an away end that is pretty much a whole half of a pitch away from the goal. It's so far. The away end is ridiculously far from the pitch. It's actually crazy. It must be a solid like 15-20 metres. Which is just, are we at London Stadium or Cambridge United? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, not great for me. But to be fair, I think they deserve to go not great just for that rap song that they posted on TikTok. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Go and check out Cambridge United's TikTok if you don't know what I'm on about. It is tragic. Don't like Cambridge. I went too far from the pitch. Yep. Cambridge not great. 4-7 aside. Game between fans and the pitch. Yep, literally. I like Cambridge ground by the away end. Yeah. Need a telescope for Cambridge away. Ethan Gamer, how are we doing? I think I've been a bit harsh with some of these so far, but yeah. To be fair, we've had a lot of the ones that I haven't enjoyed so far. So yeah. Right, Charlton away. Now this is a difficult one for me because I've only been to Charlton once and it was on a Friday night, so I didn't get to experience it fully. So I'm gonna be going a bit off of what I've been told. It's pretty much central London. It's just, I think it's about a mile down the river from Docklands, which of course is like O2 Arena, etc. So it's a stone's throw from Canary Wharf, etc. It's really not far at all. I think the only thing is, the ground's too big for their fans for a start. It won't be if they get promoted. I think they'll get decent attendances. The ground's too big for them. I think the food was pretty poor, but the prices were unbelievable. The prices were a joke. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I took a photo on my phone. So when you see the TikTok away days ranked video, I'm trying to get back to doing those, by the way. Hopefully we should have another one out tomorrow on the TikTok. But the prices were ridiculous. But I think the facilities were okay. The away end was good. The ground is incredible. The location's decent. I don't think you can really go wrong. I think it would have been better if it was on a Saturday. Last season, apparently, it was unbelievable. From my experience, we're putting it in decent. But I think it could easily be in top class. Easily. Yeah, that's fair. Good win for us, yeah, it was. Charlton's average. Interesting. Good pies, mad. I had a pie and it was bang average. Right, Chelsea. I have been to Chelsea 15, 20 times. Actually, maybe not that much. I reckon I've been to Chelsea about 10 times. And I haven't been for about 10 years, actually. But Stamford Bridge is a surprisingly good ground. It's actually quite a decent atmosphere. It can be a decent atmosphere. I think the facilities are decent. The away end looks pretty decent. The location is fantastic. There's lots of pubs around the ground. You can't really go wrong. I think from what I can remember, the stewards aren't the greatest. I just think that Chelsea is very solid, but it's not incredible. I'm gonna put Chelsea in decent. There you go. That's the first Premier League team done, because there could be some controversy there. But I just think that there's... to be perfectly honest, I'll tell you this now, to the 20 of you that are in here now. So I've got a lot of games planned over the next few weeks. And on Friday the 3rd of February, I am going to the London Derby at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea versus Fulham. And only you boys know that, by the way. I've only told my mates, my personal mates, other than that. So yeah, we're going to have a Chelsea vlog, which I'm really looking forward to, actually. But yeah, that's news to you guys, so I'm looking forward to it. And then the next day, I'm off up to Bolton. Hopefully I can get there in time. Hopefully there's no train issues. Fucking please. Right, anyway, Cheltenham. I can't really rank Cheltenham because I go every week. I think... I think there's definitely improvement that could be done to our ground. I think it's actually quite decent. I think the away end's not great. I've been in the away end before. It's not great. Papa John's Trophy, okay. EFL Trophy. I haven't actually gone as an away fan, okay. Don't worry. I'm not that weird. I know I stand and record football matches, but I'm not that weird, okay. But I think the area is brilliant. You know, it's 15 minutes walk from town centre. It's not too far from the train station. I think the food's pretty good now. The prices are fair. The fan zone is abysmal, but there you go. The club shop is okay. There's times where it would go in not great, though. I'm not going to lie. There's times where it would go in not great. I think I have a friend who actually also does TikTok, and she does reviews of the games. But she basically was telling me about how when we played Plymouth, the one female toilets in the away end was out of order. So any Plymouth fans that were women that needed the toilet had to go all the way round into the Colin Farmer stand, under block 7, and into the toilet. Do you know how bad that is? Do you know how bad that is? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put it in average because I'm going to be pondering it too much. But I could easily put us in the bottom category, to be honest. Anyway, I'm moving on. Not great, yeah, honestly, that's... Oh, you're a Plymouth, yeah, as well. Honestly, that's fair. But as a Charlton fan, I can't really... And the atmosphere is crap, yeah, I mean, there you go. Right, Northampton Town. Decent ground. Okay away end. Atmosphere's alright, I think. When it's... I've seen it sold out a few times recently. Fans are pretty good. The location's okay. One thing is, you have to get a cab from the train station to the ground. I think it's like a 45-minute walk otherwise. It's not the greatest of locations. I must admit, when we went, I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. But I thought it was pretty decent, actually. I'm gonna put it in decent. Feel free to comment your thoughts on Northampton. Crewe, another one that I've done twice. 3 times. Twice. 3 times. Twice or 3 times. I don't know. Never been Cheltenham as a Vale fan, but would love to go. Would love to go to Cheltenham. Never heard anyone say that before. Great food, good stewards. Many improvements to the ground. We need better singing, better support no offence. Yeah, no, 100%. Better celebrations after goals. Better celebrations after goals. So you want forced limbs. What? Sorry, but better celebrations after goals. To be fair, the one thing that does annoy me is like when the rest of the Colin Farmer will score, and they'll be like the rest of the Colin Farmer, like Broom's goal against Bolton, and half of them just stood there clapping. Do you know what I mean? Does everything go better and play you? Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, you do. Did his job was pretty decent, yeah, fair. Northampton's a tough one. I don't really remember too much from it, but I thought it was alright. Crewe then. Train station wise is pretty good. There's a really good pub near the ground that does cheap pints for away fans. I think it's called the Cheshire Inn. Decent little pub. Don't know if it's still there, but very decent pub. Atmosphere is pretty poor. I'm not gonna lie. They've got a group of, I'd say, about 12-year-olds behind the goal, and they give it stacks after it. No, to be fair, I'm taking the mic. There is a few Crewe fans that just constantly give it stacks to the away fans. I'm not talking about that though. Every time we go there, and with every other team it seems, but their atmosphere isn't great. Never really get going. I think the food isn't great either. I'll be honest. The facilities are pretty poor as well. I remember, was it last season or when we played them in League Two? I think it was the first time I went, and basically they had a leak in the toilets, and literally the floor was just covered in water, literally covered in toilet water. I don't like being on the side of the pitch either. I like being behind the goal for an away end. But what can you do? I think as an away day as a whole, if you take good numbers, it's good. But as a ground, it's going to not great. Get your opinions on that in the chat. We'll move swiftly on to the next one, because we're waffling quite a bit. Donny Rovers. The location's not great. All I can remember being like near to the ground was just a massive fuck off lake, which I remember on the shorter versions of away days ranked that I did last season. I did one, and I said, "This not a good location. There's nothing around the ground. All there is a lake." And he said, someone responded saying, "Exactly, there's a lake. There's loads to do around the lake. You can have a walk around and go on the gym equipment." Why do I want to go on the gym equipment on the way? I've come to watch my team, not to fucking try and get my bench PR. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't, like, no. No. I don't want to go around a lake and use the gym equipment. Donny Rovers is not, I must admit, the food isn't great in the ground either. I had actually not the worst, because Port Vale holds the ranking for the worst sausage roll I've ever had at a football ground. But the atmosphere is pretty poor. I think the ground is alright. Honestly, I think the ground is decent. I think it's quite a nice location, to be fair. It's not much around the ground. I remember liking the ground, and I don't know why. I think the facilities are okay. The away end's pretty good. I'm going to say average. Wouldn't say it's not great, but wouldn't say it's decent either, no. Donny is average. Alright ground, but horrible location, yeah. Average ground, Doncaster, Donny average. There you go then. Exeter City. Oh wow. Okay, the away end isn't great. But the location is... Honestly, the location is... I don't know how close it is to the station. Let me look. Oh wait, there's a station outside the ground, isn't there? St James's Park Station, or St James's Station. So you could get that. So honestly, Exeter might have one of the best locations for a League 1 or 2 ground I have ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. I think the ground isn't great, but I think the stewards are very good. I'm not gonna lie. They were giving us free cups of tea, so that says a lot. The fans, the atmosphere is not great. I think the Big Bank's overrated, to be honest. It only seems to turn up on big games. But there you go. I mean, that's the same as Block 1, really. But Block 1 isn't overrated. The food is good. The food is pretty good. The location is incredible. It's not quite top class. It's really good. It's really, really good. But it's not quite top class. Okay, this is good, but the rest is awful. I know it's tough for you to take, mate. I shouldn't have Exeter on a Tuesday night. Oh, mate, we had them on a Saturday with shit house to 1-0 win. Oh, What a day that was. Unbelievable away day. Bristol Rovers, need I say more? Need I say more? Absolutely dreadful. Possibly the only away end that I've been in that is worse than Bristol Rovers is Forest Green. The ground, it's pretty much it's a cricket ground, really, isn't it? There's more stands than we had away fans. The atmosphere is just non-existent unless it's a big game. The stewards are the stewards, right? They tried to confiscate. They tried to admittedly it does look like the shape of it. They tried to confiscate this, right? I don't know if it's focused. They tried to confiscate this. It's a portable charger, right? As you can tell, it's got USBs and stuff, right? It's a portable charger. You know how a portable charger works? You get the USB, and my AirPods are about to fall off. You know, and you plug it in. I put the USB the wrong way. You plug it in. Yeah, right. He tried to confiscate this because he thought it was a pyro. So don't get me started with Bristol Rovers. I'm sorry, it's an absolute pit, and I never want to go there again. I never again am I going to Bristol Rovers. It's the car park is shambolic. They put the coaches in the corner of the car park and make it impossible to get out. They say they have an away fan zone area. It's just an empty marquee. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous, and I'm never going again. Please, I will go again, because if we play them next season, I'll end up going. But I wouldn't. No, no. Ipswich, not terrible. Well, actually, it's quite a good location. The train is a bit of an iffy one, but there's plenty of pubs on the way. There's loads of restaurants and pubs around the ground. The away end is alright. Atmosphere is pretty decent. The concourse is okay. It's just a little kind of bar area. Why would you have a pyro with a charging slot? Honestly, yeah, it's actually crazy. Sorry, I missed that. Tom, welcome in. How are we doing? Just because you lost twice, congratulations. Your name is iFunky, mate. I'm not gonna get riled by someone whose name is iFunky. Anyway, top class we've ever been in a away day. I think Ipswich might be top class. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually almost finished editing the away days ranked for it, and I know what I've done for it. I'm putting it in top class. Ipswich was unbelievable. We drew 1-1, but absolutely incredible. You're really making me look forward to Bristol Rovers away with Wednesday in April. There you go then. And an Ipswich yet? Yeah, mate. It's incredible. Surely they should see that the pyro has 2 USB spots. Mate, he literally... So I had it in my hand, right? Because otherwise he's going to feel it in my pocket. I'm going to just say this and then finish up on this topic, because I'm going to keep waffling otherwise. I had it in my hand, because if he feels it in my pocket, he will be suspicious then. And he's like, what's that in your hand? I'm like, it's a charger. I'll press the button for him. I'll show him the lights, show him the USB spots. He's like, can you take... Can I take it off you for a sec, please? He takes it off me. He looks at it for a solid 30 seconds and still doesn't give it back to me. And he's like, yeah, you're alright then. I'm like, okay, right, sure. Anyway, enough of that. Right, Ipswich, top class. I love you, Ipswich, honestly. Your fans are so easy to rattle, but I've got loads of mates who support you, so it's fine. It's all love. Up the Ipswich. Lincoln City, no. Nah. Yeah. It's not really great, is it? The location it's a bit of a pit. The away end is average. The food is average. Well, the food is pretty good, but it's pricey. I don't know where to put it. Lads, help me. Where would you put it? Lincoln, because I actually don't know where to put them. The Imps, the mighty Imps. I've had the month off. Depression, having 2 red cards overturned. Getting battered by Fleetwood. Oh dear me. I think it's got to be not great, right? I think it'd be harsh to put Lincoln in pit, because I think I didn't enjoy Lincoln away at all, but I think it's nowhere near Bristol Rovers. Average. To be fair, I don't think it helped that we lost 3-0 and we were absolutely dreadful. Maybe that's why there's a negative tinge on it. If we won, it probably would have been, got a bit better. Really making me look forward to my Lincoln away for my 18th of May. You're doing as your 18th celebration. You're going to Sinsel Bank for Lincoln City against Shrewsbury Town. That is the pinnacle. I believe you support Lincoln, Tom. Man United is unbelievable. It's just the ground is so good. It needs a bit of TLC, don't get me wrong, but it is the best ground I've probably ever been to. It's a great mix of traditional and modern. It's perfect. The food's good, the drink's good. It's brilliant. I think it's great. And I'm going back again this year. Got Burton away to look forward to. Lovely. Should be there also. Man, you need to go to FC Wimbledon. 4-3 and ground was good, but Stewards are dressed like the over. Yeah, black coats, black balaclavas. Yeah, madness. Top class. Yeah, I think Man United. It's just purely for the ground. The ground is just forget the location's pretty good as well. The location is solid. Honestly, the location is solid, but I don't think you need to look any further than the ground itself. It's just unbelievable. MK Dons then. We need to speed things up a bit because we've been live for quite a bit, to be fair. And I want to keep this as short as possible. We'll be for my birthday, but it's close enough to call. There's an excuse to go. Hello, Matt. PUFC, how are we doing? MK Dons. I mean, it's just on the retail park, isn't it, really? It's a great ground. Unbelievable ground. But it's just the atmosphere's so poor. The atmosphere is absolutely diabolical for a ground of that size. But it's just an amazing ground. It's a great ground. I love the ground. But it's just average too big for them, but it's a good ground. I just think the atmosphere is that bad, and the fact that it's just they're not a proper football club just makes me think I should put it in not great. I'll put it in average. We've got a lot in average. I don't like to offend people. I feel like I'm a bit too nice these days. Maybe I should be a bit more brutal. Then again, I dug into Bristol Rovers for about half an hour, so yeah. Remember, this isn't an insult to the team or the club itself, by the way. It's just the ground. Trying around the Sheff should be fun. A Tuesday night game. Sheff Wednesday, that is, isn't it? Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Franchise FC. Or it actually is, you know. They ain't the real Dons. Oh, the MK Dons 4 Slims is unbelievable as well. Anyway, Morecambe. Which I'm probably missing. Well, I say probably. I am. I think it's a great away day. I think the food is good. The location's good. It's near the beach. If you want to go for a walk along the beach, you can. I did it last year. The atmosphere's pretty poor. The away end's alright. I think it's pretty decent. I like Morecambe away. And I'm annoyed to be missing it, but I mean, the weather's pretty poor on Saturday, so it's gonna put a downer on, I think. Newport County. Newport County, it's a poor ground, isn't it? Not a great ground. I mean, they've got a terrace at each end, and they've got one nice new stand. I want to say it's called, can't remember what it's called. I've been to Newport like 3 times. Where's my ticket? Where's my ticket from Newport? Oh wait, no, I got a digital one this time, didn't I? This year I went. They got a nice like new stand, and then they've got an older stand, which is the main stand. The location is okay. It's not far from the station. So there's no train station nearby. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Pit. Oh yeah, it might be, you know. I quite like going to Newport because I've got loads of mates who support Newport. But I think it might have to go and Pit. I've been twice. I don't have like if I didn't have mates who supported them, I don't think I'd ever go again. It's just not for me at all. But yeah, that's the only reason I still go. To be honest, I've been a couple of times. Like Newport, bar stands behind the goals. Yeah. Oxford United. 3-stand wonderland, innit? 3-stand wonderland, quiet as anything. The ground, even the 3 stands that they've got are falling apart. To be honest, you know what? Oxford might be a pit as well. I'm actually starting to think we've got a few pits in this last few. Oh, we might. Is Oxford a pit? Is Oxford a pit, or is it not great? Is Oxford not great? I feel I'd feel harsh putting Oxford in pit. I think. I don't think it's awful. Coldest ground in the league. Oxford's not great. 3 stands not a stadium though. Sound side's awful. That's another thing. It's not even on the side. It's in the corner. Pit. How do I? Wait, what have I just done? How do I? Can I add a? Right. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. We'll just say 3-stand wonderland. They can have their own category. They can have their own category, honestly. I don't. Where do I put them? Do you know what I mean? I think it's a bit of both, so we'll put it there. Right, Port Vale. Oh my word, Burslem is an absolute pit. Burslem is. Oh my word, it's a shithole. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, like I honestly, Port Vale is horrendous. It's awful, honestly. But the ground is alright. I think the ground is good. I think there is stuff around the ground. The food is absolutely tragic in the concourse. Some of the worst football ground food I've ever had. It does look like a prison in the concourse and the toilets, I'm not going to lie. The weather, I think, is okay. The atmosphere is okay. The place is so bad, though. It is so bad. I honestly have never seen like, and this is no disrespect. It's more like around and close to the ground. Like the route we took into like towards Port Vale was absolutely abysmal. It was horrendous, but I think the ground's okay. I'm gonna put it not great. Okay, it's in not great. I'm gonna be nice. That'd be nice. Pompey, train station close to the ground. They've got Fratton Station. A good amount around the ground, actually, surprisingly. I think their atmosphere is good. I think the away end is traditional. It's old. It probably needs a bit of updating, but I think it's good. Their sausage rolls are unbelievable. They're honestly to die for, a Pompey sausage rolls. I love a traditional ground. You know what? Portsmouth Football Club. You're going in top class. And that might be me being nice. That might be me being nice, but I loved it when I went. I absolutely loved it when I went. Decent. I may have overshot it a bit, but I thought Portsmouth was quality. I really did, and that's because I love a traditional ground. That's it. If I was a modern ground kind of guy, second here. It's alright, mate. We won't be in League and Space for a while. Who do you support, Jaden? Who do you support, mate? Pompey would have been class if they served alcohol in the end. Yeah, I mean, there you go. We're hoping to have Wednesday. Haven't gone on to it yet. We are 2 teams away from that. Reading. Location is reasonable. It's about a half an hour walk from the station, though. We ended up having to get the bus in the end. Vale. You'll probably get promoted, to be fair. Honestly, you're actually flying. Now, fair play. Like, I hope you didn't take offence to the whole Burslem's a pit thing. I mean, I know I've got a few of my mates who support Vale, and they say the same thing. Again, this isn't a dig at the club or anything. It's just my genuine thoughts, and I'm not looking to offend people. If not been to Plymouth, I actually haven't. I actually have not been to Plymouth yet. I'm looking to. I'm doing Plymouth obviously end of this month. How I'm out, love the content. If you're entertaining, keep it up. You deserve more subs, and I genuinely mean that. Hey, Daft Gaming, thank you very much, mate. Honestly, that's the kind of comments that mean the world. And at the end of the day, the subs don't matter to me. It's the number of people we've got enjoying the vlogs and the videos. That's all that matters. Not in Plymouth. Yeah, that's bad. Hey, come on, man. We've played you on Tuesday night twice in 2 seasons now. Give me a break. Vale aren't going up. I'm taking the mic, man. I'm taking the mic. But yeah, Reading. It's a bit far from the ground. The ground is quite good, actually. The ground is quite good. It's a decent location. But to be honest, I thought the atmosphere was quite good, actually. Am I going to put it in decent or average? You know what? Reading's going in decent. I enjoyed Reading. Perfect top class, just for pie face. Can't believe Plymouth got camera right, honestly. No, all good. It isn't great to be fair. Have seen much worse. Yeah. I mean, I've only been to 34 grounds out of the 92, so I've got a lot of pits to go, don't worry. Didn't perform season this year. Lost that was awful. Man on top, Ben, you're a legend, son. If you go possibly recommend a local pub called the Charters, you're definitely leading me into the Peterborough Firm Club. The Peterborough Firms pub. I'm gonna get kicked in by a bunch of Brexit blokes. No, I appreciate that, though, mate. Wednesday got second. I'm very proud. What do you mean second? Oh, are they in second? I don't know what you're on about. Are they in second in the league or something like that? I thought Ipswich was second in the league. Anyway, Rotherham. I think there is stuff outside the ground and around the ground. It's not a very nice place, though, is it? It's not a very nice place. Second at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. That's fine. I was confused. Where are we putting Rotherham? I think the place isn't great. They've got decent away fans, but the home atmosphere is I've seen better. They do make a bit of noise, but I've seen better. I don't know if it's better now they're in the Championship. The food. Oh, actually, the food was poor. I had an absolutely terrible burger there. I'm gonna put it in not great. Sheffield Wednesday. In fact, let me catch up with the chat. If Plymouth bottle promotion the biggest bottle of this league, fair enough. Yeah, actually, they're doing so well, and the signings they made so far are just quality. Like, I know they've lost Morgan Whittaker, but come on now. Oh, what have I done now? I've full screened it accidentally. Actually, that's not a bad thing. We'll do that, yeah. Rotherham is a pit. It's not third. I'm going to Bristol on Sunday. Can't wait. Bristol Rovers. Hey, Bristol Rovers. Rotherham disappointed me a little bit. Top class. Don't let me down, that. Bristol Rovers are the best song in the league. Decent. It's all but I like it. Sheffield fans are overrated. Hear me out, please. I disagree. Sorry. I think they're class. Right, Sheffield Wednesday then. There we go. I know there's about at least 3 people in the chat waiting for Sheffield Wednesday. Okay. Traditional ground. I love a traditional ground. Decent away end. Check. Although we were in the lower tier because we didn't take enough funds this season and it wasn't great. But it's still okay. Good location. Check. Bar the distance from the train station, but there is a tram service which is pretty easy to use. But if you need an extra mode of transport from the station to the ground, it's not great. Fans good. Food okay. Well, actually, the food was good. I think if it wasn't for this season, was better lower or upper? Upper every day of the week. Upper every day of the week. If it was last season, I would have put Sheffield Wednesday in top class. But they're going in decent. But I'm going to make it so it's in order. I'm going to put them here in decent. So they're very top of decent. Very top of decent. Which I think is probably fair. Shrewsbury Town, okay location. Absolutely miles away from the nearest train station. Atmosphere poor. I think the away end's alright. The stewards are just rubbish. It's heavy-handed for no reason, but there we go. Shrewsbury, I do quite like Shrewsbury. I'd go again. The train station is a big letdown. Lads, I just think the fact that the nearest train station, Shrewsbury, is so far. Like, it's so far. I'm gonna put it in average. I would put it in decent, but for the bottom promotion, bold. I was very poor. By the end, if you sell out, I don't think it's poor. I don't think it's poor by any stretch. Oh, actually, wait, you've got that little section next to the away end with them rattled fan base that has raging hormones, don't you? So we'll put them in not great, actually. No, I'm joking. That's not why. It's just because the train station is so far, it needs to go not great. We signed 3 players in 4 days. Those who can't complain, yeah. Swansea. You know what? And I won't hear any different here. It's not the nicest of places, but the ground itself. It's not far from the station. It's not too far from the station, right? It's the food at Swansea is unbelievable. The ground is quality. The atmosphere is good. It's decent. I think it's decent. Can't forget the child rights section. Block 19. Strange people. Strange people. Honestly. Really, really strange. I've never seen anything like it. They just sit there and give it stacks for 90 minutes. Everyone's name in Devon is Giles and Caleb. Right. Something just like it. I like it, not gonna lie. 5 Tyros and divorced middle-aged man. I love it, man. Safe standing's decent. I think Swansea is unbelievable. And it might have just been that I saw a 4-0. But honestly, the atmosphere was quality. The ground is good. The stewards are helpful. I'll tell you what, Swansea fans are lovely people. Lovely, lovely people. We spoke to a fair few of them, and they were all really nice people. I can't lie. Forest Green. I don't need to say anything, do I? I don't need to say anything. Forest Green is Forest Green, isn't it? That's that. Love it, Matt. Come on. Aston Villa. I really want to put it in top class. I really want to put Aston Villa in top class. It's just I think the ground is unbelievable, but it's not. The stadium itself is not quite the top level. You know? Because you win, yeah, I mean, any ground's better if you win, isn't it? You have better memories of it if you win. It's right next to the station. The location is decent. I don't think I have a reason to not put it in top class, to be fair. Top class. If you boys agree with me, then I will. I just think, yeah, you know what, top class. Villa. I mean, I'm going again on Sunday. I'm going to Villa and Stevenage on Sunday. So there you go. Cam, welcome in. How we doing? We're at 4 to go. We've ranked 30 so far. We have 4 to go. Walsall, great away end. Good food. Good location. It's right next to the train station. The only thing I would say is around the ground itself there's not loads, but because it's near the station and it's only like a 10-minute journey to Birmingham New Street, and Birmingham there's loads, I think this is top potential. And the fact that we beat them 2-1 as well, serious potential. Serious potential to put Walsall in top. I can't lie. Go on then. We'll put Walsall in top. One of my favourite away days to Cheltenham ever. Honestly. Wigan. I don't even know of Wigan. I think the away end's good, but that's about it. I think the location is mid. I think the atmosphere is mid. I think the stewards are good. But I'm just going to put it an average. I think a lot of people would put it lower, but I quite liked it. I quite liked Wigan, even though we lost 2-0. Thought it was a decent little away day. Wolves, again with Wolves. Wigan's a great way to enjoy that one. Thing is with Wolves, I don't like the away end, and I've never been in the away end, but I don't like the away end. I think the food is meh at Wolves. The location is pretty good, I can't lie. It's not far from the station. The location is pretty solid. Man's put Cheltenham over Shrewsbury. I only put Cheltenham in average just because I feel like there's many reasons I could put it higher or lower, so I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be biased to either way. Molyneux is top class. Wolves is decent. Yeah, I don't think it... For me, it's not quite top class, this one. Yeah. We'll put them in decent. We'll put them in decent. So I just don't like awareness that are on the side of the pitch. I just don't like awareness that are on the side of the pitch. Actually, no, he does make a good point. I put Cheltenham in not great. I literally listed so many things that are wrong with the ground, and then kept us in the average. So for the club, I'm going to over. Sure, mate. I mean, I'll try to answer your message this time. Wolves fans are unreal. Yeah, I mean, I went for an FA Cup game last season, so it's tough to know. But they were pretty decent on the day. Right, final one then. Wycombe. Wycombe Wanderers. I think the ground is okay. I think... Why do you have Ipswich in top class? Because I thought it was top class. Just thought it was top class, innit? I think the location is... It could be a lot better. The atmosphere isn't great. The pies, £7 for a pie. Oh my days. Oh my days. There is a side stand. Yeah, actually, you make a good point, but I still think that's. To be fair, I really don't like side stands, but I didn't even think about that. I think the fact that I didn't even think about it can only be a good sign. Yeah, to be fair, you make a good point, because I really don't like side stands, but with all the other things said, I think it's still top class for me. Wycombe, I don't know where to put them. I don't think it's... I don't put Wycombe in not great. But, I mean, the thing is, again, the only time I've actually been to Wycombe's ground, I've been around it. Actually, no, I have been before. But it was years and years ago. And I was also in the away end. But the only thing with Wycombe's ground is I can't remember what I was going to say. There's no proper concourse or anything. It's just like you have to queue down the front of the stand, etc. But the only reason I like it more is because we drew 5-5. Craziest game I've seen live. Unfortunately, I wasn't fortunate enough to see us beat Burton 6-5 in 2011, 2010. Can't remember when it was. But yeah. I think there's probably some controversial ones in here, but let me explain to anyone just joining. These are my opinions, and it's not on like the size of the ground. So the reason I have like Walsall above Chelsea or Walsall above Wolves or things like that, it's how I found the ground, how I found the experience. Obviously, it might be affected by what the weather was like on the day, or what the food was like that day, or whatever. So it's little things like that. Everyone's gonna have different experiences, but it's not based on the size of the ground. The size of the ground has nothing to do with it. Okay, so I just want people to know that. If not to be real, I haven't been to Fleetwood. Honestly, food prices. Yeah, food prices at Wycombe are ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Food prices at Wycombe are crazy. Right. Okay. Well, that's the ranking done. You can ask any questions you want to ask me now. Well, I'll stay alive till 10:20, and then we'll call it a day. I've actually really enjoyed this stream, so we'll have to stream more in future. But if you've got any questions, get them in. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. be massively appreciated. Share if you can as well. We are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by March. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy at all. But we'll try. We'll try. Don't go. I was at Ipswich away with Charlton. It was hence a size thing. I'm confused, sorry. And Charlton vs Derby game, nice. Nice. Might pay £1 for even the Mars bar. I had a Mars bar at Wycombe because I wasn't paying £7 for a pie. Well, they ran out of pies as well. I tried to buy a pie. They ran out, mate. Bloody ran out. Try and go back to that brother. They actually do. Honestly, we actually do. we actually do get battered at the moment. Well, actually no, we're doing okay at the moment. Good exercise. Right, okay. Right, okay. What do you think of League One so far? It's very exciting. I think that there's 3 teams at the top that are going to be battling for the automatics. There's about 7 or 8 teams that could finish in the playoffs. I think the relegation not so much, because I think I'd say the bottom 6 right now will be the bottom 6 come the end of the season. But we'll see. Callum Wright, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Please. Oh, boys, actually, we are 4 subscribers away from 1.7k. Can we hit 1.7k before I end the stream? Also, the recent vlogs hit 9k views, so that is nice. But yeah, if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Or if you've got any friends who are not subscribed, and they might be interested in some bloke with acne who waffles about football. Lovely stuff. But yeah. If you could take one player from Plymouth, who would it be? Callum Wright. Actually, would it? I like Callum on a personal level as well, so it's a tough one. What are your thoughts on Dan and Bolton? I do think I don't know if it's a loss or not, because I think we will now definitely go out and get another target man, which I think we needed to get another target man anyway. And I think if we'd kept Dan, we might not have. But there's positives and a couple of negatives, I'd say. I don't rate Dan or Ben Williams. Fair enough. I think Ben Williams is very hot and cold. I think on his day he's a very good player, but there you go. What do you think about Scott Brown at Red and White Army? Hey, you know what? Fleetwood doing a very good job this season. Fair play to Scott Brown. God, me. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Oh, someone's unsubscribed. We're now 5 away. We're now 5 subscribers away. Brilliant. Oh, I was mocking it then. Oh, Ben, you bloody hero, son. You bloody hero. How's that happening? Your finger slipped. Ben's finger slipped. Thank you for the 79 pennies. I do appreciate it, mate. What a man. And in all seriousness, though, Ben, top man, thank you very much. You might not like him on the 21st, mate. Trust me, honestly, he's such a nice guy. He might have messaged me, actually. He sometimes messages me when something happens. I did message him saying congrats. Hey, there you go. There you go, he has. I just said congrats. Thanks, mate. See you soon. Lovely job. You probably can't see it. My phone is very dirty, but there you go. Proof. Lovely job. Really proper talk, man. Don't think Dan was winning in the first place. I think he wasn't quite right. Best derby that isn't the Prem. Well, what if it's a Prem side versus a side that isn't in the Prem at the moment? I think there's a few good ones. There's a few good ones there from. What a man. He loves it. All I'm saying is, Callum Wright, he's told you boys to subscribe to my MS. So, that's all I'm saying. If you go onto my Twitter, there is a video somewhere of him saying subscribe to my MS. So, you know. Can't see London getting into that bottom side. Good attackers. I mean, they've got Bodverton. They've got Dion Charles, I think his name is. They've got, who's their other striker? Oh, bloody hell. Help me out. Is Bakayoko a striker? Or is he a midfielder? Or a winger? Oh, I actually don't know bottom squad well enough. That's really poor for me, but I actually don't know bottom squad. Well, man, everyone says this guy. It's great. First time looking at this channel. Hey, mate, we love it. We love it. He's class even though he supports Charlton. Hey, I have nothing but positive things to say about Plymouth, so pack it in. But there you go. Yeah, Zolt, you're right. There you go. Millwall. Could be. Bakayoko. Yeah. Afro Lion, isn't it? Well, by that spelling it wouldn't be, but... I don't know. Evening, hey Mike, how we doing? Right, let's have a look. Are we any closer to 1.7k? I will round it off soon. I'm not going to wait until we hit 1.7k because that could take forever. We are 4 away again. So four people to subscribe. Nice fans. We love it. We love to see it. No, I've always loved Plymouth. No, and unfortunately I love them even more now. Now they got Callum Wright. It's not good. First they got Vroom, and now they've got Callum Wright. But we got Broom back, so it's fine. Excuse my English, but I hope you nearly go home with that. Fair enough. Right then. Is there anyone else but Bell we're linked with? Who's the defender we were linked with yesterday that Charlton are also going for? I can't remember his name. Best game of the season in League One. What was the Ipswich Charlton game? I can't remember the score. But it has to be the Ipswich Charlton game. And they got Zaz. No. Oh no. Can you stop? Please. I actually hate it. Azaz is back soon. No, oh man. Nah, man. You sign someone. Follow my link. 4. There you go then. Yeah, that Ipswich Charlton game was fucking unbelievable. Honestly, what a game. Although the Exeter Bristol Rovers game is also up there. The 4-3, I think it was. Three new players, Matt. They're driving me to bloody depression here, boys. I shouldn't have bloody water. I should have a pint with me. It's driving me to drink. Alright, this could be best to, yep. 5 Wycombe, that wasn't this season, but fair. That was a seriously good game. Broom came back, don't forget. We could get another ex-player back. If we get some one ex-player, who do you want? I actually don't know. Mo Issa. It's got to be Mo Issa at the moment, surely. He's leaving MK Dons anyway. If we could get MK Dons. If we could get Mo Issa. But Wrexham are going to get him. That's why. Last season, as a few of us, won the game, and it was a last minute draw for the Reds. Plymouth vs Exeter. Oh, yeah, that was also a very good game. Watched on Sky Sports. Pollock. Oh, yeah, Matty Pollock. Downs. I don't. I mean, like, still playing. Actually, is Aaron Downs still playing? I don't even know. No, Aaron Downs. Honestly, National League days. What a player. What a player he was. I'm saying 2-0 through Shrewsbury Exeter. Congrats. Who else was it that made a comeback? Oh, no, that was Championship, wasn't it? It's Championship that I was thinking of. Got with Greaves. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's starting for Hull though. It's not really a realistic one, is it? We're doing a 7-9 free to injuries bad. Yeah. Pollock in for Lewis, who is out. Yep. Yep. To be fair, Pollock isn't a terrible shout. He's injured at the moment. I think Pollock is also injured at the moment, though. I'm pretty sure not Scott Pollock. Not the bloody Boston United player. Oh, Scott Pollock is doing very well for Boston at the moment, though. Gotta say. Anyway. Yeah, Matty Pollock. Big good shout, but I think I'm pretty sure he's also injured at the moment. Burton can be worrying. I think the thing is, we've got Bradbury sat there. We may as well give him some game time. Get Tozer back. No, I'll just smack my mic. No chance. Right, lads. I do have to turn in that because I'm going to be absolutely knackered in the morning. I got like no sleep last night. So I need to get to bed. Yeah, Matty Pollock. Says we made in Plymouth. Oh, it's all about Plymouth, isn't it? It's all about Plymouth. I like Callum Wright, yeah. Right, lads, I'm gonna head to bed. Well, I'm not gonna head to bed yet, but I'm gonna end the live there. Thank you all for tuning in. If you did enjoy, please smash like and subscribe. It'd be massively appreciated. We are currently on, let me refresh it, 1,696 subscribers. 4 more at 1.7k. 304 before March, and we hit our goal. We've got 2 months to get 300 subscribers. It's not easy, but we've got a lot of games coming up. Big news coming tomorrow. So, yeah. Fingers crossed that we can hit it, but it is what it is. Great stream. Catch you later. Boys, honestly, you've been incredible, and hopefully you've enjoyed. Please do tune into the next one. It'd be massively appreciated. You boys have made this stream possible. I couldn't have streamed this to no one, so I do massively appreciate it. Have a good one, boys. Thank you for the banter. Thank you for the laughs. Have a good one. Much love. Have a class rest of your day. And I will see you